Hello, hello, welcome. This is the Sunday back pages of the Sunday newspapers. You're welcome. This is the Sunday back pages of the Sunday newspapers, and yeah, we're gonna get straight into it. Sunday back pages. If you're new, camera is just really. Camera has got a mind, to be honest. But yeah, we're gonna sort it out. If you're new to the channels, this is Sunday back pages. Welcome every Sunday. Yeah, that's where I am. Hello, I'm there now. You can see me. Hello, this is on the back pages of the newspaper where we look at the Sunday back pages of all the newspaper in the country. You're welcome if you're new. Smash the likes, all that kind of good stuff. This is the Sunday back pages. Let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first page is the Sunday newspapers, Sunday back pages. The paper we are looking at is the Sunday Sun, and in this one, it was very bleak for Tottenham yesterday. It was my team. I was watching that game as well, and the headline is Thomas Frank was blanked by two of his players after the bad showing against Chelsea, as in the Sunday Sun. I'm paraphrasing. That's not quote for quote. I'm just paraphrasing that. And the bottom, the crook of the story is Thomas Frank was blanked by his players. There's video going around showing him being blanked by two of his players as they walk past him. Uh, uh, like as they walk past him uh, during that after the game. Ironically, it was the two players that gave away the first the winning goal. Basically, they are the ones that actually walked past him, and yeah, it just really sums up the mood on the day on the pitch. The game was so bad. Tottenham were really bad. I think I've done my thing on that, and yeah, there's no point to going back to talk about that much. But all I'm gonna say is just like Tottenham was shocking throughout in that game, but the behavior of the player, two players after, was highlighted by the cameras and by pundits and reporters after the game. They were asking the manager, what do you think about what your players did? And the manager basically said, those are minor issues, really. They are not the bigger issues that he's worried about. And the way he downplayed it was really good of him because he could have given the press something to write again. Personally, I wouldn't do that as a player, but every player is different. And the fact that the manager played it down, maybe he's gonna have a word with the players behind closed doors. That's a different thing. But he played it down. You didn't see any big deal in it, and I think best just to move on. So yeah, the performance was bad. I think that's what the manager should concentrate on. And for me, this headline is just trying to bring up something and just create a lot of issues and bring back stir up a lot of stuff. So yeah, it is what it is, and yeah, I think I think because we have so many cameras now, everything is being highlighted and double highlighted and triple highlighted, and everybody's just reading into stuff. And yeah, I think sometimes the press do go over the top on stories and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, best to move on. I think like Frank said, he's got loads more stuff to worry about in terms of the performance of the players. So let's move on to the next story. That was in the Sunday Sun back pages. The story I want to bring up now is also in the Sunday Sun. This one is about Elliot Anderson. Uh, they got stats on him, pass map and touch maps of him. You can see there, this guy is a busy midfielder, covers a lot of ground. And he's a player that Manchester United, that Newcastle couldn't play. He couldn't get a game at Newcastle. Moved on to Forest, and he's been absolutely brilliant. He's also been played for England a couple of times, and I think he had a good game. I think I was against Serbia. I didn't watch the game, but this guy is just really really good, and he's one of those players that they're just waiting to go to a big club. You can see his touch maps there. He's everywhere on that pitch. Carries the ball really well. He wins his battles of 50-50 as a proper midfielder. And I don't know how old is he, but he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better. So yeah, that story is from the Mirror. Is it the Mirror? I think it's the Mirror. Yeah, it's from the Mirror or the Sun. I think he is the Mirror. And yeah, he's gonna be one hell of a player. Elliot is the son. Sorry, the son, Elliot Anderson. So yeah, I just want to bring up that story, and he's gonna be one player to watch out for. Also, we're gonna go straight to the Times. Um, the Times. There's a lot of stories in the Times, and one of the stories I want to pull up. Is this in the Mirror as well? No, this one is in the Mirror as well. Just gonna touch on this quickly. This one is about the game yesterday between Villa and Liverpool. Liverpool winning by 2 goals to nil. There was a situation there whereby the manager was trying to get the ball, and Saboslai just did a cheeky skill on the manager, on Emery, and yeah, Emery was not happy. I think the Liverpool player was booked for it. But in terms of it's all down to gamesmanship and how you comport yourself on the sidelines and giving the ball back. But I didn't see anything wrong in a little bit. But I guess that's the rules. And yeah, what's his name? Emery was not happy, and Liverpool won the game. Made hard work of it, but got the job done eventually. I tipped them to win that game anyway, so it was only a matter of time before they get their mojos back. So yeah, that was something I wanted to touch on in the mirror. It's gonna be in the Mirror, yeah. Another story I wanted to bring up is in the Times. This one is relating to Liverpool. So and their captain Van Dijk has got criticized by Wayne Rooney. I get this. I see a lot of this when a team is not playing well. Ex-players and pundits will be like, "Oh, they've got no leaders. They've got no leaders." It's for me, when they are playing well, they got leaders though. So what is the leaders got to do when they are not playing well? Nothing has changed really. You still see Van Dijk doing the same thing that he was doing when they were winning games. But sometimes teams don't play to their potentials. Teams don't play to their potentials. You have a lot of problems that the players can't work out what the issue is, and pundits make a big deal out of it. They start saying, no leaders, no leaders." And I agree with Van Dijk on this one, because when Rooney was the one that came out and said we are Salah and Van Dijk are not leading, and you don't know that if you're not in the dressing room, if you're not on the pitch, you don't know that. So um, you know, uh, you can't lead when your performance is not good, and sometimes players go through bad performances. So it's got nothing to do with leaders for me. It's just a team going through a bad spell, which every single team goes through at some point. Especially Liverpool, they got a new team. It's like a new what do you call it? transition season whereby they bought a lot of new players. They're bound to be, adjustment period for these players. And Van Dijk is the old head in there. He's the defender. He's the centre back. He's captain. He's gonna have to. He's gonna. He's gonna. You know, lean on his experience to get the best out of the squad. But team losing games got nothing to do with leadership. Sometimes, unless you're in the dressing room, you can't actually say that that's what the problem is. So yeah, I think when Rooney sometimes I think when Rooney is a good pundit. I like him on the BBC, whatever. But can't make statements unless you're in the dressing room. Really, you can't. I don't know. Maybe he said something. Maybe he just said allegedly or whatever, whatever. Um, what do you call that word? Looking for whether it was just it was his opinion. I guess it was his opinion anyway. But I think sometimes opinions can be a little bit strong if you don't get the facts. So yeah, I think I agree with Van Dijk there, and they proved that yesterday by winning their game as well. So yeah, Liverpool doing what Liverpool normally do, and they got back on winning ways yesterday. Um, and yeah, it's only a matter of time anyway. That's what I thought. So yeah, it was what do you call it? It was only a matter of time. And leaning on to that story is a segue into the next story uh, about Mo Salah of Liverpool. There's a story in the Independence, just saying, Salah is unbelievable, and it was gonna be a matter of time. And I think if you've been watching football, if you've been watching Salah, I don't know how long he's been playing in this league. You knew it was gonna be only a matter of time before he actually starts playing really really well, getting back to the form that we all know that he can do. There was never no doubt about him, and I think some of the press were writing stuff about him. Even the fans were writing stuff about it, saying stuff about him. For one, I always knew Salah was going to come true. I never had a doubt about Mohamed Salah. He's played against Tottenham so many times. So he's like, you know, what I don't understand is fans are really quick to turn. Even some, you watch social media and all these fan channels, people that you think they should know better, they are so quick to turn after a couple of defeats. Somebody was saying they should bench Salah. Nah, I would never bench Salah to be honest. For me, and he showed that last week with the goal against Brentford, and this week it was an easy goal this week, but you need players like that in times of when you're going through a bad patch. You need them because he can pull a rabbit out of a hat. He can turn water into wine or whatever. He's a very, very good player. Having a bad day, you could score a goal, left foot, right foot, make no difference. He's not a player that yes, you can criticize him, but you can't doubt his ability by not playing him. So the manager was 100% right to stick him in there and keep playing him. And yeah, it was only a matter of time. And the goal he scored yesterday became, according to the Independent, they said Salah became just the third player in Liverpool history to reach 250 goals for the club after Ian Rush probably. So that just shows the kind of quality we are dealing with now. But the fans are quick to turn, on players or managers as soon as they start going through a bad spell, which I find that really, really, you know, how am I gonna put it? Find that really not irritating, but just find it really sad. Is the word? Is it sad or I don't know? Maybe sad. I don't know. But I just find it that you don't have no faith, in people in your team, especially with a team that has won a lot of stuff in the past. It's really sad. It's really sad uh, when teams or managers do that. I just find it really sorry when fans do that. I just find it really really condescending and not condescending. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but um, there should be a little bit of faith. I think that's why many fans can be managers or can be owners of clubs because you end up changing managers every week or changing players every week, and that brings lack of trust. That's why you have your first 11 because managers trust players because they like what they see and they stick to what they trust and they go by what they believe in. And I think that's what happens, you know. So, fans are quick to overreact after a defeat, and I'm at that point now whereby I watch my team play Tottenham, and I'm level-headed in terms of my reactions. When we play well, beat a good team, I'll be like, yeah, we played well, we won, but I won't get over the top. Um, and yeah, you have that balance about you as well, and you trust the manager because that's what he's paid for. He's got the experience, he's got the data, he's got everything in front of him to pick and choose players. So yeah, so that was in the Sunday Express. Yeah, story about Salah. Yeah, so uh, was never in doubt that he was going to return to form, Mohamed Salah. So yeah, that was just baffling that some Liverpool fans wanting to drop Mohamed Salah. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share on the road to 200 subscribers. This is the Sunday back page where we look at the Sunday newspapers, and yeah, I just ramble through the newspaper. We normally do this in the morning, early in the morning, but today for some reason we are um, we are doing it around about 2 o'clock. We'll be watching that game later, Manchester City versus Bournemouth. That should be a cracking game, and really looking forward to that one. Let me see if there's another story that I can pick up from the Independent newspaper. Let me see. Most of the stories are the same. Of once you cover the other as well, because all the papers basically carry the same newspaper. There's a story I was looking for about was about Manchester United, about Amorim. I'm not sure if I've got it somewhere. I remember I saw it earlier. Let me just see if I can find it. Where the manager was saying something about the game they drew yesterday. That if it was if it was a couple of weeks back, they would have lost that game. Um, Let me just see if I can find it. Or maybe is it? Maybe it's not that one. Yeah, I think it's this one whereby yeah, talking about he made some changes. The manager and basically the manager was just saying that this game was the manager was saying this game if this game was last week or ago they would have lost it against Forest. They came back from 2 goals down to to get that to get that equalized against Forest, and you can see the way they played as well. There's something different about them this time. But yeah, let me see if I can find that story. See if I can find that story in the. Let's see if I can find that story. hmm. Let me see if I can find that story. Is there something I was looking for? Yeah. I think that's the yeah. I can't find it, but that's the basically that's the story really. That I was saying that if this was sometime last season, they would have lost the game. If this was sometime last week, they would have lost the game. That's what the manager was saying. Um, Also, finally, before we just go around some of the newspapers, we do like a quick roundup of some of the other stories. There's a story I like to touch about the England lady revealing terms of same sexuality, in terms of his relationship. She came out to say that. And for me, I still find like these stories are made out to be like the fact that she came out is fine. There's no problem with that. But for me, I just look at it that we're in 2025. Uh, People should not be made feel guilty or feel uncomfortable revealing their partners or who they go out with in 2025. It's a personal relationship separate from what they do on the pitch. Yes, they are role models, but their personal relationship with whoever they decide to date shouldn't be a big deal in terms of people should not feel under pressure to come out and say who they're dating or feel they're not comfortable to talk about their sexuality. So um, I just find it really in 2025 that people still feel this way. You know, it's I think we live in a time whereby now in 2025, this kind of people should be made comfortable. Shouldn't be a thing whereby players or sports people are coming out to say this is they feel comfortable right now to come and reveal their relationship. They shouldn't be made to feel that way. And I know we've gone a long way. In terms of sports, people coming out, sexuality, whatever. There was a lot back in the days about players of mixed black race or whatever as well. So hopefully she coming out that way will give a lot of people confidence to come out and talk about their sexuality if they want to. And yeah, it just shows that the times are changing, whereby players are coming out, and yeah, I think it's good for her to do that. But I just don't like the fact that in 2025 people are feeling uncomfortable to come out and talk about their sexuality. So sports is sports, unifies everybody, whatever color, sexuality, background you come from. We all love the game the same way. It brings us all together and it keeps unifying every single person. So um, I think it's good on her for coming out. But people shouldn't be made to feel uncomfortable and in terms of talking about their relationships or their sexuality. So yeah, this is a story I just thought I should basically talk about today, and it was in the Sunday Times today. So yeah, thank you very much everyone. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share. Let's go on to where we whip around all the stories. This one's is gonna be in the BBC's. Is on the BBC website, and basically what they do, they just touch on all the stories from all the various newspapers, and let's just they say let's just have a whip around of this. I think I've got the story somewhere. I'm not sure if I've got it. It's still loading. Yeah, let me see if I've got, because there's like a quick whip around. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share. This is the Sunday back pages, and we do it every Sunday at 11 o'clock. But today, it is one of those days whereby Sundays are just lazy days for me. I find it really difficult. win. And yeah, there's WSL wins for Manchester United, Arsenal, and Tottenham. Tottenham playing Liverpool earlier. I think they beat Liverpool, which is a good one, good victory for the Tottenham team. What do I? There's something I want to. Something I'm looking at. Where is it? 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 The story about Welbeck as well in the BBC. Uh, Scoring yesterday as well. Let's go to the bottom of that page. I know it's in the bottom of the page where you go to. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So I had to go through all the newspaper headlines. Mm-mm. Check out the prediction shows where I do my predictions against Smarty Pants, aka SP001, which is short word for AI. So you can check that one out as well. And what am I looking for here? I can't find what I'm looking for here. Um, yeah, I found it. So let's just have a whip around of all the newspapers, Sunday back pages today, and let's see what the stories are. So you have in the Sunday Daily Star, Aston Villa have joined Manchester United wanting to sign 19-year-old Brazilian striker Embrick from Real Madrid. I can't see any story in that one. This is just a whip around. They talk about transfers on this one. Manchester United also said to step up their effort to sign England midfielder Anderson. That was in the Sunday Sun or Sunday Mirror. In the Mirror also, Napoli want to sign Manchester United and England midfielder Kobe Mainoo, 20. That's in the Mirror. Napoli, they've got a couple of English, British players. They've got McTominay, and they've got the guy from Chelsea used to play the Scottish international. I can't remember his name now. England forward Marcus Rashford representatives have already held talks with Barcelona. Rashford looking like he's on his way to Barcelona. He's on loan at the moment. Villa obligation to turn England attacking midfielder Harvey Elliott's loan move from Liverpool into a permanent switch is thought to kick in if the 22-year-old played 10 games for Villa. Paris FC are keen on making a move for 34-year-old France midfielder N'Golo Kante, whose contract with Al Ittihad runs out next summer, and Mexico striker Santiago Gimenez, 24, has until January transfer window to convince AC Milan to he deserves to stay at the club instead of being sold. That's according to Gazzetta della Sport in Italy. And those are all the headlines from the back pages of the newspapers. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time on the road to 200 subscribers. If you're watching this for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you for that game at 4 o'clock. Today, is it 4 o'clock or 4:30? Game between Man City and Bournemouth. Going to be a cracking game. Off to have some breakfast now. I'll finish my cup of tea, and yeah, I'll see you next week, 11 o'clock sharp, for Sunday back pages. We're going to be back at the regular time. We try and stick to 11 o'clock, looking at all the back pages of the Sunday papers. Thank you. Stay safe, and God bless.